Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy Hassan Hancock. I'm here at the Ramen Room headquarters hanging back with my homeboy Randall Williams.
Hey, that's a live intro right there.
Oh, yeah. And I got Omar in the building.
What's good, fam?
All three of us is here. We're going to have some fun tonight. Packed show. Wonderful show. We're going to start with Nintendo. Woo! I should be rapping.
I know, right? I thought you was ready to go in. I think some bars ready.
Just... I know. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. This is the place where dreams get started. But anyway...
You gonna be a rapper now?
Nah, no. I ain't really got it in me, man. But yeah, Nintendo, what's up, man? They
this is something
Square Enix, right?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about because I know you're a very vocal Nintendo fan.
I am. I keep my head held high.
And you enjoyed Final Fantasy 15. I know you beat it.
And I'm running back through it again for the DLC and the new Game Plus mode.
Right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, and actually,
So Game Plus mode, you get to keep everything and keep going?
They start over, but yeah. I mean, they got like when you beat it, then there's other like dungeons and stuff that open. Not to mention they're filtering in their DLC. Okay. So they're trying to make it and it's free for the most part.
I was wondering how they're handling DLC.
I think they may have some paid in there.
Free DLC?
Has Final Fantasy done a lot of DLC in the past, like story content?
On 14 and 11.
Yeah, well, I mean, like
that's about it. I mean, none of their main titles ever needed it. Like 13, they made 3 of those games.
Yeah, that's true.
That was your DLC every time. Oh, yeah. 13-1, 13-2, 13-3.
Talk about milking the cow.
Hey, it was good.
A weird one too, because 13 of all games.
They said 13-2 was the best one, but then some people will argue that 13 was all right. It was just too linear.
Yeah,
13-3 had that time
was the biggest
thing.
complaint I heard. 13 was too linear.
Yeah. But go ahead. What was
Final Fantasy, the director of Final Fantasy 15, amongst talking about what he would do for Scorpio, they're saying they didn't have plans yet for porting 15 over to Switch. They hadn't done the technical tests related to really explore that option. I was just curious in your thought. First of all, just in general from that game specifically, and do you think that is a harbinger of we looking at a similar Wii U situation where the third party support and Wii U could be kind of bare bones, because it seems like the developers are taking sort of a wait and see approach.
I mean, with VR, I mean that's very apparent. But I mean, with that title in particular, that game first of all has been in development for about 10 years,
right?
You know what I mean? So there's no way, shape, form, or fashion that they had the development kit for the Switch at that time.
No, but you would think they would, especially a game being in development that long, they would want to get as much out of it as they could, so they'd bring it over.
But do you really
if
think,
possible?
Well, if that's the case, why did they push it to mobile?
Huh?
Did they push it to mobile?
What's that? The game?
Yeah.
Oh, that wouldn't run on mobile.
Oh God, no. I mean, mobile couldn't handle it.
But they scale it back like they do everything else. So
it'd be a hell of a scaled back game. It'd just be you. You would play as Noctis and talk to his friends on your cell phone as you go through the world of insomnia, finding one person at a time. And with a paywall. No, seriously, no. I think, especially as far as, because we already know that Square Enix is making games for the Switch.
Right.
We know that. They got what? They got the that new one, the 2D sky scroller, like old school RPG style game.
Oh,
it's a weird name.
Yeah, I'm like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like the really interesting art style.
Yeah. They got that one. They got, which looks to be really rich in story. If looks could kill.
Yeah,
I'm dying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that game looks outstanding. It's one of my most anticipated Switch games.
That one. Then they got the Dragon Quest. Mm-hmm. I think it's 10 and 11 that's coming out for the Switch. So we already know that they're working with Nintendo. But as far as 15, I bought 15 on the PS4, and I beat it. I put in about 50 hours or so. I'm still playing through it, But I couldn't imagine them saying, you know what, for our Nintendo fans, we're going to bring this game in particular to the Switch, like in all its glory. I can't see that now.
Real quick, it's Project Octopath Traveler. That was going to bug me. I had to but I guess, my thought process is, and that was why I asked about it, because if you think about it, at least with the other consoles, like if let's say the PS4 or Xbox was launching a whole new console, I guess I see it sort of like when you have a big third party kind of GTA style game
Yeah.
that was really successful, they usually bring that over to the new one to try to get, to dip again and kind of double dip and get a few more dollars back from people who are upgrading to new hardware or getting.
I mean, well, Grand Theft Auto did that.
Right. So, it's just, it was, I guess to me, it would stand to reason that that's something they would explore. I'm surprised that they haven't, even if they were non-committal, but they were like, yeah, we're looking into it, but we're not sure.
I guess I have to see. I guess I have to see if the Switch can. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that says that the Switch probably couldn't handle it. It's not as powerful as the Xbox One.
Well, I mean, to Omar's point, even maybe if the visuals
scale it back.
Yeah, scale it back to an extent.
Yeah, same thing.
Better than mobile. I mean, better than mobile it would be, but
Same thing they did for Wii. You get the one game on. I remember, like the whole Madden. That one year they put it on Wii. I'm like, oh, this is garbage because they go through all the motions. You got to actually do everything. I'm like, nah, it's not gonna. It all depends on the gamers and what system they have. A lot of people I could think aren't, because like we said before, it's mostly casual gamers. So when you think,
I mean, that's not. I don't think that's the thing for Nintendo. I mean, that's the stigma.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
Casual gamers, whatever. I think they're having a merging process. So I mean, they'll have it. They're going to have your initial install base who buys the Switch, and over a period of time, you're going to see. I mean, depending on software, you're going to see a boom in sales. Which I don't see it eclipsing the PS4 anytime soon because they're at 57 million.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
that doesn't make any sense,
right? But
at the same time, I mean, I could. The only way I would have saw that, and I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
To your point about them wanting to get as much money as they can out of a particular title, is if they delayed that game. I mean, and that would have been a perfect delay. I mean, it would have been a sad delay for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
But if they would have delayed it from November to March, where it could have came out on all three consoles, I could have saw it. I could see that then.
Do you think, based on what you're saying and kind of the line of thought we have so far, do you think that this could impact Kingdom Hearts 3 coming to the Switch?
No. I don't think so. I mean, because we really don't know how far Kingdom Hearts 3 is in development. We really don't. So I'm thinking that it will. I'm thinking that it will.
Because to me, it seems like it'll probably be certainly. I'm sure it'll look nice, but I could see that being a less intensive game graphically. Than Final Fantasy. Like, I'm sure they'll push it as much as they can, but like you said, since they could be earlier in development, they could probably set the kind of benchmarks they need for the Switch. And it seems like a kind of game that would work well on that console anyway.
Right. I mean, and I honestly feel like like a title like Final Fantasy 15 or any like one of their core number games. I think it would be nice to see that on the Switch,
right? Because I mean, that's a big. I mean, obviously, like we mentioned, Octopath Traveler. They're going to have RPGs, but I mean, it's a big name, and it's something.
It's by far their biggest.
It's one of the pillars you want on your system. Is kind of especially since you're trying to make your system as if people can only afford one, you want them to get yours. You want them to have access to that kind of experience, and for this one to have gone over so well for people to like it so much. Now I'm sure we'll see 16 on there, or whatever happens next, but.
Well, I mean, that goes to another point that I wanted to bring up too about the Switch is the the head of Nintendo, not Reggie Fils-Aimé, but the Japanese,
right? Yeah, because Fils-Aimé is just over America.
Yeah, in a way.
America, yeah.
The he said that like they've mastered in Nintendo as far as Nintendo is concerned, not people who work on Nintendo products, but Nintendo's first party, they've mastered Unity,
right?
They've mastered Unreal.
Right.
And that goes to a point to where they, a lot of people think that the Japanese developers are not on par with the Western, and they've been able to match it. And I mean, that just goes to say that, I mean, maybe there is, like something that can be like these main core games is coming soon. Not all of them, not Cyberpunk 2077.
Right.
Detroit. That's a PlayStation
exclusive
only title. So, I mean, I don't think those, but like your Final Fantasy 16, whenever it decides to come, can possibly be on the Switch.
Yeah.
The, I mean, just anything, like your next Madden.
Yeah.
Could possibly be. I mean, we'll see. I mean, basically he said all that to say that, I mean, it's powerful enough. I mean, and they also said that it was powerful enough for VR. So
now that's an interesting concept, VR, because I mean, VR is no slouch. I mean, that takes some decent horsepower to run. It takes pretty well.
It does.
And I guess that would be pretty cool though, to have, sort of. There's no way you could probably run it on the tablet version, but being able to play Nintendo games in VR would be outstanding.
It'll have to have like a headset hookup type.
Oh yeah, definitely
for sure.
But imagine playing Mario you know, VR Zelda.
Yeah,
you know,
especially with the
Breath of
HD
Wild.
Rumble, boy. It already comes
that
with
would
it.
That would be that gaming feature people you know always imagine.
You
Like,
ain't
that
got to
would
get
be,
a PlayStation Move for this one.
no, that would be immersion right there, man. That would be good.
Horrible.
I would sign up for
You
that.
think it'd be horrible?
No, I'm just saying you're horrible.
Oh, come on, man. That would be the move, man. Like, what you think, Omar? You think that the Nintendo could run some of these top tier?
Top tier games.
Yeah, the ones that's coming out, the ones that's already out, the ones that's coming out.
So
Third party.
what I've noticed is that most of the games that always do best on Nintendo are ones that they do in house.
Right.
So a few of them I can see will do development for it. Some of the larger ones, but a lot of the smaller ones, no. It's going to be a lot of some niche games. It's going to be some games that they're known for being on Nintendo as opposed to on other consoles. Of course, you have some of your crossovers that you always have, but there are a lot of ones that you will have that will not necessarily. They'll port them over, but it's more of a money grab, like Rendo said, as opposed to actual quality content. Because it's happened before on the Wii. It's happened on the Wii U. They have that, okay, you know what? We got this new console. Let's try to get money out of it. So,
Can I ask you a question, Omar?
yes.
Real
sir.
quick. This is only slightly related. For those
Yes.
who don't know, Omar is a man with glasses.
Yes.
And I'm curious how you feel about VR. You know,
Not
having to wear a
having-
headset.
So it's the same concept I feel with 3D movies.
Right.
I don't like putting glasses over glasses.
Right.
So I sit here and I'm like, okay, it's all in my face. I'm like, no, I don't do it. So people are like, you want to try this VR? Nope, I'm good.
it's one of those things that I always, because people talked about VR and you know its adoption, and I know
So the thing is, when you have a VR, I'm extremely nearsighted.
that. Right.
So when you think about it, I take my glasses off and look at the VR, but then even now I'm nearsighted, everything's still blurry. So
Right.
it does me no I have no thrill of going because I take my glasses off. I can't see nothing when I take my glasses
Right.
off.
I always wonder if that would affect the adoption rate of VR.
The glasses?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question.
It
I mean,
does-
because they run at 120 frames per second per eye. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, I mean, it's upscaled. It's close to you. And it gives you a sense of it. I mean, I've never tried it. I mean, I'm just, you know, talking shit.
So like I've thought about trying it. I'm like, wait a minute. The worst part about it is I have to fit over glasses.
Yeah,
that's the hardest part
that's-
because so you have to do the immersion with my glasses. There's no way you're going to get that side seal, so that light's still going to come in.
Is there a way we can get like a specialist, a tech specialist to have a good answer for that? Because that's something that I would like to know.
Yeah. Like I said,
People
that
who-
was a complaint I
I can
heard a lot
find
about
out.
3D when that
All
was
right.
being pushed.
All right, write that down, man. Put that on the board too, man. That way we can revisit that for the next show.
Get some prescription VR.
Ooh,
Helmet.
prescription VR. Man's be thick as hell.
Looking like Urkel. Hey, what you doing? No, I'm just playing Final Fantasy VR. Yeah. I mean, I feel it too, man.
You got a computer on your face.
Yeah, that's right.
So, real quick, this is a quicker topic. When we were talking a little bit before the show, I mentioned I played a little bit of the Ghost Recon Wildlands beta, and you guys hadn't played it. And, you know, I was checking out some of the responses online, and, you know, I saw people said that it was a little bit boring. When I played it, I played with just some randoms, and we were just doing a couple of things, and it was actually kind of fun. You know, we were like in a helicopter and just did a bunch of nonsense. But the question I had was, Ubisoft, like that game, it kind of reminded me of a little bit of a mixture between like The Division and like Far Cry a little bit. Maybe it's just a setting more of Far Cry, but is that Ubisoft formula style of game, is that just growing stale, do you think? Like that sort of it wasn't, at least from what I played, it wasn't necessarily go somewhere, unlock a region, you know, add to your map and explore and pick up collectibles exactly. But there's kind of a sameness in Ubisoft games you see a little bit. Now, I think maybe they're trying to break away from that, but I'm just curious in your thoughts if you think that that's sort of, you know, wearing thin on people.
Go ahead.
So that is a lot of the reason why I started to steer away from Ubisoft games. Because, so like there's one point where I had Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, what was the other one? The Division. It was all the same thing, like over and over again, with just a different skin on it.
Right.
So like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, you have to go to a certain point. You have to get to, like when I played Assassin's Creed Unity and then I picked up Far Cry 4 because Far Cry 4 was my first foray into the Far Cry universe.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, this game is nice. I'm like, wait a minute, this is just like Assassin's Creed, but I'm in a forest and I have a different skin. And so instead of the ancient weapons, I now have guns,
right,
and animals.
Right.
Now, a departure from that was Far Cry Primal. I do like that. That was a good game.
Yeah.
But even though it still had the same concept, you have to go to a certain area, you have to unlock certain things, and I'm like, okay, I already know what I need to do. To me, it's like it's the same thing over and over again.
Right.
You need to change something about it.
Right. That's what I was thinking, because they have the idea and the conceit of the game seems very interesting. Like,
yes,
being assassin in the past, Ghost Recon, you're going, especially the setting, going to South America. It's a really nice looking place. You're driving around, Far Cry, you're in the jungle, you're in the forest. The Division, I was really disappointed in that one because I was very excited when they announced that game because it looked so good. Just
man,
urban setting. It almost felt like Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon kind of online.
I think everybody fell for that. I mean, not to say that I guess something to fall for,
right?
But I mean, everybody wanted a big power difference between the PS3, PS4, the PS4 on the PS4 or Xbox One, whatever.
Yeah.
This is only capable. We have these worlds, cities.
It was gorgeous looking, and then when they brought up the UI of the map on the game, it was just like, oh, this is next gen. This is what it is.
This is truly it.
And that was not.
It had that very.
That very Ubi feel.
Yeah, and I was curious, and that was just like, I mean, it's something I've seen a little bit, but I was curious on your opinions on it because it does kind of take me out of it a little bit. I don't get as excited.
You could say the same thing about almost every game that comes from like the Tales games. It's Bandai, right? I mean, almost every last Tales games plays the same. I mean, they may have a slightly different mechanic, completely different story,
right?
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like that's
a fair point.
It's the same game. You know what I mean?
I guess maybe
they have to be properties that play the same. Is that it?
I don't. Maybe it is.
No, I've never played Ghost Recon. I never played it.
Yeah, I didn't play the old. But the thing is, the old Ghost Recons didn't play like this, as far as I know.
No,
so I didn't play a lot of it, but I know it was a more tactical shooter. It was closer to like their Rainbow Six, right? Where it's you got shot once or twice and you're down, and you're more about sending out orders, and it was more
so basically, I mean, because they do have a lot of properties that's kind of like the same feeling,
right?
Like Ghost Recon.
At least 3 of them had the same feeling. So that's Far Cry, that's Assassin's Creed, and the Division. Well, actually, the Division is more.
Doesn't play anything like.
It same concept though. It's supposed to be this gigantic open world, and you have to unlock it piece by piece, bit by bit.
Not exactly. Not in this sense. I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Division was team based in a world where disease and sickness has taken over the entirety of Manhattan, and you got to work together to try to advance yourself to go to the next level. But what they failed to tell you in Division is that after a while, you're going to hit this bullet sponge concept, and it kind of has this repetitive feel.
Right.
Now, going to Assassin's Creed, it's mission-based. It's single-player. Some have multiplayer online. But, I mean, it started. And when Assassin's Creed came out originally, like Assassin's Creed, it was different. You jump from you jump from the top of the church into this daggone thing, hay, this bale of hay. You know what I mean? You're killing people, like you're going through stuff. The first one was like, okay, it got repetitive. Then 2 came out. That's really like oh my God, Assassin's Creed is definitely the game for me.
Right.
But that game, that style of game is very different from Division in my mind, which is going to be different from Ghost Recon. But if Ghost Recon is going to be borrowing from those particular, development teams that make those games, then it could be like
I feel like they have
onesie.
yeah, exactly. Wow, that visual with the saggy diaper, onesie. The Ubi onesie. It says Ubi feel.
Ubi feeling. You damn sure will be
but
chilling.
I'm surprised they took, especially Ghost Recon, considering the legacy it has, to a more, I guess, slightly more action oriented way. Because they also made me think of Just Cause a little bit. It's not as over the top, but it's more action. Sandbox, because I remember, in the PS2 days, I remember a lot of guys were huge in like SOCOM, that kind of tactical based shooter going online. I'm surprised that a third person style of that game hasn't made a resurgence. I feel like people would be a very certain type of person would be into that.
I think I mean, stuff like that is really hard. I mean, that's a damn good question.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's partly what the people want, and it's partly what the developers want to do,
right?
Or whatever they think to be the emerging, style of play is.
Yeah. I still want to see Splinter Cell on the next gen console.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't get a chance to play the most recent.
I mean, but who's playing Splinter Cell? Metal Gear Solid 5, that total espionage, like tactile type. Is that what's hot in the streets these days?
See, to me, that's a shame that it feels like the genres have blended almost too much that you can't get that pure, like you said, that espionage, that stealth game. It's not like once what it was. It's all going to have action elements or semi RPG elements in it,
or some out of the water cinematic cutscene that goes into the game. And
that's the only thing that annoys me. So like I'm currently playing Metal Gear Solid. That is the only thing that annoys me.
That every chapter I felt like it was the end of the game.
Yeah. I'm like, why are the credits at every? Like this is a side mission. Why do I have credits?
You think it was bad with Konami? You wait till Kojima's game comes out on PlayStation, and then it'll be basically a movie. You're gonna press start.
That's what they do over there.
The only thing I don't like about that game is that they had this online function to it. So now that I have so you have your base, which I understand, which is cool. But then I have now my base is online. Other people can steal from me online. So I'm just like, look, I'm just trying to play the game. And
you think it takes it away from it though? Like when
a little bit, because you have to you have to actually work up resources to actually defend yourself. So to the point,
like this team, like online, you can send them in game or online.
Right.
The online missions are hella long to come back from. Like, could be like 3 days.
Yeah.
Before you get a good reward in doing that. But do you think it takes away from this? Are you afraid that if somebody in that game, I hate to way off base, but in that game, do you feel like somebody can just, while you're over here recording, somebody can just be telling
I already know. My Xbox is on. Somebody probably raiding me right now. I'm at that one point where in the game where everybody has they're being quarantined, so I'm losing people left and right. So I'll probably get back and ain't nobody gonna be there. Everybody gonna be in quarantine.
I was gonna say that's a trend to me that it seemed like I'm surprised it looked like the industry was really moving towards, but I'm surprised it hasn't picked up more. Is that kind of asynchronous multiplayer? That sort of multiplayer that it takes place while you come back, you do something, and then while you're gone, or someone else responds to that, and sort of because if you remember, like with Watch Dogs and stuff, at the beginning of this gen, it looked like we were gonna see a lot more of that blend between multiplayer and single player, like an easier transition between the two.
I don't know how it was in Watch Dogs 2, but especially in Watch Dogs 1, they had that hacking thing where you just be in your world, somebody from online would get in your game. It's like, whoa,
like
it's crazy,
right? Like I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that. To me, beyond, and then, again, we're way off topic, but to me, beyond the getting a higher pixel count, higher resolution count, and graphics, to me, things like that's more the future of gaming. Improving the technical aspect, getting more enemies on screen, smarter AI, and just changing the experience.
So do you think that's what's... Because, as far as Nintendo's concerned, long as it can look good and match what people expect of today's game, they're not interested in trying to push the pixel count.
Which I can understand.
They'll sacrifice some of that for that online play.
There are times I kind of wish Nintendo would just kind of get with the program a little bit sometimes and just say, you know what, we're just going to throw a beastly, some beastly components in there and just go, just because it's kind of it'd be nice not to be like, well, it's Nintendo. It's not. It wouldn't have to be. Well, it's Nintendo, so the game's gonna look different. It's gonna play a little different.
Just think about it, like I'm playing Overwatch, and it's not graphically nothing to me.
Right.
But
it's gameplay.
It's the gameplay.
Yeah, no, I mean, to me, gameplay is king.
It's a fun-ass game.
But it just...
They say it can't work on the Switch, neither. Ain't that shit?
Well, that's the thing, right? It'd be nice not to have that conversation every time Nintendo has a console come out. Like, oh, what's this hot game I'm playing? Oh, it ain't coming out Nintendo.
I gotta go buy it for my
your
PS4.
If you get a Nintendo,
soon to be your PS4 one of these days. That's gonna be even crazier, man. Let me know
I
what your PSN is.
I do need a doorstop.
Just let me,
I said I need a doorstop. I keep my bedroom door open and put it right there.
Man, use that damn Xbox. You're having some Q issues, I see.
It's all right. It's okay. It's what happens when I get my free game of the week. That's all that matters. I'll take it.
Man, you make it seem like PlayStation didn't create that. Like, they made that. Like,
when? Because when I had a PS2, I sure as hell wasn't getting no free game of the week.
PS2 was on PS3.
Exactly. I stopped at 2.
Yeah.
I said, y'all ain't giving
PS3,
me
PlayStation Plus. It was the free game. Xbox was sitting back like, what we gonna do? Shit, let's do what they doing, man. Let's give them a free game. 4 free games. They run out of games to give out. Did you know that?
No, they're not.
That was actually on DualShock or
Really?
something. Yeah.
PlayStation
No, I was
is?
making that up. I don't want to.
I would be curious to see the parameters for the games.
See the best part of it, I can still get old games for free too, so I can get new and old.
I did the same thing on PlayStation. Man. I
Oh,
told you, we created the
it's
store.
backwards. It's backwards compatible now.
I don't know. I mean, I don't play those old games. Well, I'll be back on this.
This is spicy ramen in here, man. This is
man.
Sir,
it's getting
What happened,
testy.
what happened to your backwards compatibility?
I don't need it.
He's just pay for it again in PlayStation Now.
Or I can just break out and get a PS3. You know, that's not a problem.
Yeah, we'll just buy another console, whatever.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. And I mean, it's bound to be cheap.
Yeah. I mean, it's more expensive.
If I could
more
walk in
expensive,
and-
more expensive
I
than
could buy a
free, but yeah, it's definitely.
Okay, what about my PlayStation owners who still owns a PS3? What about them guys and has a PS4? Hello.
I
You
can't say.
think everybody
So
went
it's
to GameStop and traded their PS3 in?
Nope. It's like It's like them old TV. It's like the TVs in them black households. You got the TV that don't work on top of the other one, so your PS4 is sitting on top of your PS3.
That's okay. I mean, that's okay. I mean, if the PS4 goes down, that's cool. You just play the PS3. Unfortunately, when you do the backwards compatibility joint, that's cool. I get it. But if it goes down, guess what? Everything is down. No more backwards compatibility. You got to go back and buy a 360 like you should have did in the beginning.
I got one sitting in my daughter's room, so it's good.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a blessing.
So,
So count your blessings.
I'm about to take y'all Xbox. What? Yeah, mine broke.
That's right. That's right. I
Oh.
mean, got to do what you got to do sometimes.
So that means you need to go ahead and buy Xbox. You got to do it.
I can't do that, man. I got rid of mine after I bought it day one. Ain't that some shit? I fell for the hokey doke. $500, huh? And then y'all wasn't there. Yo, I ain't see none of y'all. Y'all wasn't in the gym. But all right, man, moving forward. I apologize, guys.
It's fine. It's just,
Your question was is Ubisoft got the onesie appeal for all their games? I'm gonna have to say no.
yeah,
I'm gonna say they came out too much.
right.
And people just got used to it with the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the difference between 3 Black Flag and the other one? Yeah, I mean, like,
Oh shoot! So
Like-
you got 3 Black Flag.
I mean, I know they've introduced.
Unity.
I know they've introduced different pieces. One was in
Right.
Appalachian
It's mostly
Mountains.
setting. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, whatever that was.
Appalachian.
Oh, that was a bad one. That was a
He
bad
was
one.
in
That was in
mountains. He was
Pennsylvania.
some
Which
goddamn
one
way.
was in the mountains?
That was the Indian guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh, what was that? Which one was that?
Yeah, Revolutionary War, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
So,
3.
I mean, he was up in
That
there.
was 3.
yeah. 3 was Revolutionary War. Black Flag. 4 was Black Flag. He was a pirate.
Pirate.
And
Then
then
Unity was French Revolution.
Syndicate. Yes.
Was Industrial Revolution.
This
in
revolution.
England.
So I mean,
So I like-
people got used to that. And you play.
Yeah, and they came out every year,
Yeah,
and that was the problem.
So they dialed it down a little bit.
That's what they had to do it. It's. I mean, we spoke kind of before about where the setting we'd like to see it go, but I mean,
Yeah, actually, you know what? They did go kind of off for Black Flag, which was nice.
that was one of the ones I think more recently has to have one of the more positive reactions because it just was. It almost.
It was
Maybe
completely
they
different. You got to go
breathe
get a
life into the
ship.
franchise.
Yeah,
You got to.
they kind of threw out. I mean, it was still Assassin's Creed and still played Assassin's Creed, but it wasn't, as far as I recall, it wasn't a ton of Desmond stuff. Was it? Yeah, I don't think it was hardly any. I mean, you went to like a Aspergo or whatever, but it was very focused and felt like just like a pirate game. So people
Yes.
loved it because there weren't really any pirate games out there. I think that's what was a bonus. Unfortunately, Syndicate didn't have that.
I mean, but Ubisoft has an issue with
Unity.
trying to push. I mean, because I remember when they did their thing with the Vision,
Yeah,
and it was running at max settings. I mean, what year was this? This had to have been like 2013. This had to have been 2013, 2012, and that was just a tech demo,
Right.
And I mean, so basically, they have a knack for
yeah.
saying that it can, like what
I mean-
their product is can do such and such, but once you get it,
I mean that was
it's like
what-
false hope.
That's what mostly sunk Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
Beyond the fact that I think Watch Dogs what it was initially presented as, and
mean,
part of it is the
yeah.
fault of the viewers. You fill in your own gaps, but what it was presented as, where it looked like it was, maybe a less combat focus, more hacking, and just a different style and concept of an adventure game versus what it became, which was pretty standard adventure just with some hacking elements.
Yeah,
You know,
it,
but
it was a Grand Theft Auto clone with some
Yeah.
hacking elements. I mean,
Right,
that's-
yeah,
So
no, you're
Saints
right.
Row.
Yeah.
So Saints Row.
but at least Saints Row is ridiculous.
Like,
And
they
it's
owned
funny.
up to the fact that they were ridiculous. They're
Yeah,
like, you know
they're
what,
like-
we're gonna be stupid.
Right. We
I
can't
mean-
be the serious, Grand Theft Auto Godfather ripoff we want to be. Let's just be over the top. Which is
Right.
fine. Which is fine for that. It's just, but yeah, like you said, and remember, like the tech demo for Watch Dogs was just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And even at the time, most people were like that. I mean, obviously, it was running on next gen hardware. Nobody knew what the next gen was,
Mm-hmm.
so we thought it was possible. But I mean, it just, I mean, from what it was to what it became, as you mentioned, they kind of have that penchant, and particularly the fact that
you gotta kind of do that. I'd rather make money and say sorry
yeah.
than not make money and hope people buy it.
Right. Well, but, I mean, but then the problem, then it comes back around. Watch Dogs 2, from what I understand, hasn't sold that well.
But people who bought it, they enjoyed it.
That's
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I had
it's
that
probably one of
too.
those bargain bin type
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, I
for me.
saw it. I saw it for like $20. I'm like, sheesh, didn't the game come out not too long ago?
Yeah, it came out in November.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean,
Yeah.
there again, I mean, I don't know what their sales are. I mean, they had a lot of Black Friday deals around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
I hope
it's
I
doing
hope it
fine.
sold considerably. I mean, I've
So-
seen a lot of different game developers and publishers come out and give out some of their financials.
Yeah.
It was like with Final Fantasy 15, they said that they broke even on day one,
Yeah.
which is good
Right.
because I'd rather a game like that not break.
Oh yeah.
underperform.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Last
and
Final Fantasy.
it's impressive considering how much I'm sure it probably took to break even.
Yeah.
On that game.
Like, shit, please buy this game. Please buy this game. No Cloud is not in this. We understand. We have somebody who's just like him. His name is Noctis. Okay,
Just pretend he's Cloud.
Yeah, just pretend. Look, he has swords, many of them.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they don't. Just again off topic. I'm surprised they don't have like a DLC thing with that game of getting like the different characters' outfits. Like I could see them doing that, giving Noctis a Cloud outfit,
Oh,
But they got the
Or
Power
like
Rangers outfit coming
Titus
out.
outfit. Yeah, I did see
The
that.
Magitech outfit.
Yeah.
We way off base. Way off base. Sorry. For everybody listening, I mean, this is what we do. I mean, we get into these heated discussions about video games, consoles, whatnot. You know, we have yet to even touch our comic segment,
Yeah.
in which we are about to.
Yeah, let's get to the comics. All right, welcome back to the Ramen Room. All right, man, gentlemen, the Iron Fist trailer dropped today. What'd you think?
Loved it. Next.
watching it. Come on, it's a Netflix Marvel.
It does look good. The trailer itself kind of reminded me of like a straight movie trailer, like as opposed to a television series.
But that's how they generally do things when it comes to Netflix and Marvel. When you put them together, it has that cinematic feel.
Now, was that Karen in the trailer from Deborah Ann Wool something from Daredevil? Was that her that was talking to Danny on that bench? Or was that some other lady?
Yeah, I think so.
That was her.
Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure 'cause I didn't realize she would be in it. I
Yeah,
thought
she's
they'd
in
be
all of
bigger.
them.
So
No, she was. Was she in?
You talking about the doctor, right? Like
No,
the
no,
nurse?
not the night, not Claire. Claire Temple, that's the night nurse. Rosario, Rosario Dawson, she's in all. I'm talking about Karen, Matt's, love interest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta look at it again.
I'm trying to think. It probably wasn't because I feel like people would have made a bigger deal or would have heard about it if it was her. But
I gotta look at it again. But I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, because they're doing the Defenders. They're running.
they're all going to run into each other at some point.
So might
But
as
the
well just-
choreography looks nice. Looks to be a lot more.
I'm up and down about that choreography, man.
Well, I think maybe it's. I think I just like the style of it because it's like Daredevil is martial arts, but more of a street fight martial arts style. Well, this is more your martial art movie style of martial arts with they got ninjas and swords.
Yeah. I mean, I know what they're doing. I mean, I hope they don't.
I'm saying maybe that's why I
have
like
him
it.
running down the stairwell with a chain and
No.
beating people down.
No, they probably won't do the one shot,
Yeah, I hope
One
no.
take
That's not. That's not for him. That's
Yeah.
that's just not.
Well,
I mean, they
honestly,
hey, wow.
might. How we end up optimistic at the end? Well, they might just do that.
But I mean, we're not going to see people, flying on wires. But I mean, I think it's certain. I think if what they want to do with it, I think it can look. It could turn out pretty well. It might be bad. Maybe the trailer has all the good scenes, but I think I like the idea of it and the motif of it. It's. like because Matt has martial arts, but his is a little different. It's like I said, it's more
not polished.
Exactly.
Just,
yeah, that's what I'm
just
saying.
rugged.
Exactly. That's exactly
Full
what
of
I'm thinking.
shit. Type.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more. It's comparable.
It
It's
works.
comparable to he's.
It's someone who learned martial arts from watching TV. If he could see.
No, stick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Stick trained him, but if relative, his is more throwing haymakers compared to like a trained fighter.
Like a lethal feel to it. Like these guys do like the punches and ducks and blocks. And stuff
Right,
like that.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
you know, like
Matt is just swinging and
hey, if he
I mean, he can't see.
get his sword, cut his legs off, hit him in his mouth.
so. I mean, if it at least gets a level of Daredevil with this style of they're going to go for, I think it'll be really good in terms of martial
Comes
arts.
out next month, right?
Yeah,
March is looking to be good,
yeah.
guys.
It's gonna be a good month, man.
Doesn't
Because that was one thing that was a downside to me in Luke Cage was the actual fighting.
Oh, you mean like the end scene?
Oh,
Yeah, most
it
of
was,
the action in general.
Look at
but,
my
like,
outfit; it's the same as you. I can do what you can.
I
big
was
brother.
so upset with that.
Yeah,
So
that was if
You
anything
had to
could improve.
The reason why this all happened is because you got to hang out with Daddy. Did you know that? Did you know
Spoiler alert,
that?
by the by.
No,
Dude, it's too long for spoiler. It's
Yeah,
been
you
out
ain't
for
watch
a
it. You ain't choose. You chose not to watch it.
But I'm excited. The Iron Fist itself looks a little stupid to me.
Oh, the glowy hand?
fist. Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, I was hoping they was going to do more with that.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be positive.
Yeah,
you might have a little. It might be more than just that damn fist.
yeah.
It look corny.
I do feel like he won't have as cool of an outfit situation as Daredevil does.
He was holding an LED flashlight, basically.
Yeah,
That was some real shit. That's what he was doing.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Well, I don't remember somebody I was at the shooting. Like, all right, get the LED light in his hand. Nah, man. I mean, despite what I think,
I like the tone.
yeah,
Tone looks nice.
yeah. I'm glad. You know, I'm glad it's here. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, so far I was really turned when it came. Yeah, I used the word
Yeah.
turned.
Right.
I was turned up
Mm-hmm.
when they did the the whole Luke Cage thing.
Yeah.
I like Jessica Jones. People seem to be up and down in their feels about it, but I like Jessica
yes,
Jones.
yeah. Same here.
And I like what they did with Punisher and Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like the season better than the first
Yeah.
because
Okay,
Mostly it's that Electra.
fist.
I'm be honest,
Boy.
After they caught Punisher and like whatever, I didn't even finish it. Like it's still there.
It's fine, but yeah, the Punisher half of the season's much stronger. I mean, when Daredevil gets on that Electra, though, the dude's like a drug addict. He's just staying up late, missing work.
Yeah, it's like, man, go, take your dumb ass, take your educated ass to work. Go to work, man.
Oh man,
Stop being blind to
But to
everything.
be fair, I'll give him credit for doing that because I mean that's the nature of their relationship.
Yeah.
Matt is self-destructive in and of himself, and then you throw Daredevil, the Electra in the mix, and it's a mess. But real quick, do you think we get a Luke Cage cameo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they buddies.
They tied
Yeah,
in.
that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think we get Luke Cage or maybe get like Misty Knight? Do you think we get?
We'll get
the
Luke
man
Cage.
himself?
Well, they already said that Missy Knight was going to be in this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I meant like, do we get like an off character or do we get the man
I
himself?
think they're
No,
going
you get you get him.
You think we get him?
He'll get at least a cameo.
I'm like, hey!
Wait. I'm still love the fact that they gave him the tear and the yellow shirt. And
Yeah.
I still love that.
Yeah, it was a nice touch.
They got to do the same thing with the green outfit, the leotard joint.
Which I think it can work a little better because I mean they made Daredevils fairly grounded but still look pretty good. And like I said, from what in the trailer, I don't see anything spectacular in terms of costume for Iron Fist. So hopefully something shows
I
up.
just want to see what he's up against. I
No,
mean,
it looks like the hand probably might be involved.
could be. I mean, because with the Asian woman from.
I was gonna ask about. Yeah, I thought that was her.
Yeah, it was the Asian woman.
which is one thing I really like, and I think the advantage of doing these shows that almost said Nickelodeon, that Marvel
Yeah,
had.
I mean, it's
Nickelodeon's
name their clothes.
gritty Rugrats reboot. is being able to weave in characters in and out like that, especially because the movies, one of the biggest complaints people have about the movies is the villains aren't great and they're knocked off in one movie. But taking like this Asian lady who's been in like Daredevil and she's shown up in second season Daredevil and she's showing up in Iron Fist, being able to weave in characters in and out that I think makes it more cohesive than name dropping.
I mean that interchangeable. You're right. I mean, kind of works. I mean, that's exactly what DC does with the CW shows.
Right, exactly.
I mean, but that's the issue with this is the part where it gets kind of jacked up. Is that with the CW shows, they tell you months in advance that it's happening. Like you already know what's happening.
Yeah.
But with this, you have to kind of like go for the ride and see how they play a part.
I don't want to get on a rant, but that's one problem I'm having with the Flash this season and kind of the CW shows. I like them, but man, it feels like there's no consequences. It feels like at least this year the surprise is not there. Like they're gonna go in, they're gonna face this villain, they're gonna knock him out at the end of the episode, call it a day.
Yeah.
See you next week. Cry and Iris and Barry gonna have their no chemistry relationships and more, and we'll go on our way.
Man, you said a lot right there, man. No chemistry relationship.
Let me tell you, they are a terrible couple. I'm sorry. I wanted them together beforehand, but they are awful. They are boring. There's nothing there.
He's trying to save his woman from imminent death, bruh.
You had to have chemistry when saving her life. You gotta have chemistry.
Yeah.
I mean, just together, there's nothing. It is bland.
Look, they go to Jitters.
Yeah.
Okay, they get a cup of Joe. They see Joe there.
Yeah. And then
He
Barry-
runs out, but before he does, he tells Barry to go ahead. Barry stops it. He pulls up in a cruiser. Doesn't have to worry about handcuffing. Wally shows up. Wally's like, Dad, why don't you ever trust me?
Yeah.
He's like, I do trust you, but not right now. He runs away. Iris pulls up with, so what happened in there so I can have a story.
Yeah. That's basically
He's like,
it.
this is not your business. Get out of here. Then she's like, I'm going to find a way.
And he says, I didn't know you were still a reporter. I thought you were just unemployed because I don't ever see you go to work.
Damn. It's, Wally, it shoots back to Wally. Wally has a very solemn face, like he's like groaning and, and then you see Cisco like, what's wrong with you? And then he says, Iris is about to die. And then in walks Iris and like, what's wrong with everybody? And then it cuts to commercial. Like, this is a simple episode of Flash right now.
That's this whole season. That's my problem with this season. Anyway.
Yeah, it's called Flash, like Somber Flash.
So, yes.
Check it out every Tuesday on that
Melodramatic Flash. But yeah, back to Iron Fist.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Excited. I wonder if Stick will get an appearance as well. Because this has got to be...
Didn't they, wait a minute. What did they do to Stick in
He just got a little torture, but they...
I thought they cut his leg off or something. Or cut his hand off or
No,
something.
they stuck things in his fingernails for torture, but...
Oh, yeah. Well,
I feel like... Because I feel like part of Iron Fist is going to be used to set up the Defenders. Maybe the latter half of the season.
that comes out
It's
this year,
gonna be,
too. That comes out third quarter. Like October.
They've already
September.
recording, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, though, man.
Because people
I'm
don't
ready.
forget about Jessica Jones.
Yeah, that's a shame. I like there's like Purple Man to me is one of the best.
Bruh. Has some of the best powers. Man.
I mean, one of the best villains and character portrayals in the MCU. Like, I'm
Like,
excited for it.
He would, if you put Purple Man in Flash,
Yeah.
all you gotta do is walk into Star Labs, dog, and then everybody gonna be confused. They're gonna be lost. Like, yo, man, run to the moon.
Right. That's what made him so good, though. Because he was so calm about it.
He'd be like, I'm about to run to the moon. I gotta get to the moon.
Exactly. It'd be perfect.
It'd be perfect. I mean, I liked it, but they didn't like her little, I guess, her alcoholic tendencies.
Well, I mean, I like her overcoming him and defeating him, but I said I don't see why people don't like the show that much. I thought it was great.
That was good. Yeah. And I'm really hopeful for Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that it meets everybody's expectation.
Right.
I got the show that I wanted in Luke Cage.
Right.
I'm going in this with high, not too high.
Right.
Of an expectation.
Right.
You know, I mean, we got to keep into, because Iron Fist was the one that they had the hardest problem with.
You hold them to a Marvel standard, a Netflix Marvel standard, not the movie standard. The Netflix Marvel standard is a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit. I wouldn't say Marvel, because they talked about it while all these shows are in development, even like Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Like Luke Cage, in terms of development, was probably one of the easiest ones, because you ain't got to put all that action-packed fight scenes down
Right.
through corridors, but you have to give a sense of strength. Well, that's easy. All you got to do is walk through walls.
Yeah.
And you break a bottle on his head, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it comes to production, like cost, Iron Fist is really the more mystical out of all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
so there should be colors.
That's another thing I'm actually excited about. You said the mystical elements, and it strays probably the most from your super grounded, very almost semi-realistic world.
Yeah.
And like you said, the colors, like I said, just the Iron Fist itself, just the kind of things they're going to be trying to get into.
What he said.
It's going to be really interesting.
What he said.
Comics as well. Just real quick, wanted to touch on the Guardians of the Galaxy spot that came out during the Super Bowl.
Awful. Now, what else we're going to talk
honestly,
about?
you joke, but honestly, that trailer didn't do anything for me.
No, it doesn't. It didn't.
It scared me that there's going to be too much, like a problem that sequels have, where you have a really good movie, and the studios decide to do a sequel, and then they try to put too much of what they thought made the first movie good into the second movie. I mean, we get Baby Groot again. We get Yondu doing his little thing with his little thing. It was great.
That sounds dirty. Sorry, what are you doing?
I mean, it's just.
Is there a way we can translate for our audience?
We got Drax, being obtuse again. It's just I hope that they just highlight those points for the trailer, but they're not too prevalent in the movie, because I don't want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 1 in a different location.
I don't know why it's Guardians of the Galaxy the comedy.
Right, exactly.
I mean, and that's the Marvel way of doing things.
Which,
that's how you
and it doesn't bother me as much as like some DC fans. Like they're like, oh, it's only a quip fest. But I understand, because sometimes it gets to be a bit much. Like I need some tension. I want some seriousness. I want
Like that's how the Avengers 2 was. Like it was like, man, all these damn.
Yeah,
like just
I mean,
joke
the
after
best
joke.
movies find a good balance. The best Marvel movies find like Captain America: Winter Soldier. There wasn't a ton of that.
No, but it was a awesome movie.
Yeah.
Dog. That's probably one of my favorites. Man.
Right. I mean, now granted.
Does anybody want to get out before we get started?
Right. Like, it's that little line in the.
Oh yeah.
It's that little line in the elevator. Then it goes straight to action. Like it wasn't like
Right. I mean, but that's
jokey joke time.
I mean, but the first one was jokey joke time.
I mean, the first Captain America?
No, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah. But
I mean,
it worked for that movie.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid is that they're going to try to go to the same well again, and it's going to just fall flat because we've already seen it.
Yeah, but do you really want it all serious though?
No, because I don't want like Batman vs Superman.
Just like any other.
Her both our mothers are named Martha.
I don't want to say it too loud for our resident DC fans.
What you say about Superman?
I didn't want
You said my mother's name is Martha.
I don't want depression in a movie. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, I mean, we don't have to have depression. You can always highlight with great action, great story. I mean, it's just story in general.
Right. I don't want it to be too much fluff. You know what I'm saying? Like there can be that balance.
I mean, I feel like that's the direction they're going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they're doing this because maybe I'm just wrong, but doesn't the guard? I mean, all of this stuff has to come together at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because of of the Infinity War.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're gonna have the fluff Guardians and the ultimately just level-headed, cool, never goes out on the limb. Just always ready to go Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, where the hell's the Iron Man movie? We're done with him? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't he? I think 3. Well, he was done as far as solos. I think he is.
Okay, he's done. He's gonna be in Spider-Man. You can catch him in Spider-Man.
Right.
I mean, so that's a new franchise for him.
Yeah.
So I mean, because they got 3 movies coming out this year. They got Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, and Thor.
Yeah.
That's right. Thor.
And Thor's gonna be.
I really hope this is a redeeming movie for Thor.
They got 3 stars. Doctor Strange, Hulk, and Thor.
Yeah.
And probably some others.
There's a lot of potential.
They're doing Hulk in his World War Hulk gear, so I want to see how that works.
This is Ragnarok. So
yeah. Which is a good comic arc. And
it's a great comic arc.
I mean, like I said, the Thor movies have been okay at best. So I really hope this one they really nail it as far as getting that feel and just getting a good Thor movie, honestly. Because he's been enjoyable to have on the Avengers and the Avengers movies, but as far as his solos, they're one of the ones I usually don't go back and watch as much because they're just not as interesting.
I like the Thor movies. I mean, there again, I mean, he had one of those slow start.
He really did. He really did.
A slow start. That first movie, I was like, wait, this is heavy.
It was a slow start. No, I mean, I remember.
Thor 2 went back though.
Yeah, that was a step up, I'd say.
Yeah, but that
first one,
boy.
You need that coffee
I felt the same way everybody else felt about Captain America 1. That movie, I was like,
yes, but it's backstory. So yeah, that was the whole thing.
I love that movie, boy. Everybody's like, man, that movie wasn't that good, man. You know what I'm saying? Hated it. But I tell you what, we're going to end up wrapping up here. A couple things I want to talk about in comics. What book do you want to read? What book is catching your eye that's coming out? Marvel. You said something about Marvel and trying to.
Oh well, this wasn't book specific, but I did want to get your guys' hot takes on.
Did he say hot takes?
Lukewarm takes, cold takes. There was an article, bleedingcool.com to get to source it, saying that during the most recent Marvel summit, an insider said that one, there's talk that there might be a new X-Men's cartoon, and two, that Marvel's plans in 2017 is they're going to dial it back on the political rhetoric so much, and we're going to see a return to the original characters. You know, some legacy characters will keep their books, but we're going to see the original
Cyclops.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think Logan was mentioned. Like Wolverine was mentioned, so maybe we might see Cyclops come back.
So they're getting rid of old man Logan, or
I think that if based on they didn't say specifically, but based on what I can infer from the article is they might replace old man Logan with young Logan and keep X-23, for example. It's kind of what Marvel's 2017 is going to look like. As they said, they're taking more of a DC approach of meat and potatoes, your heroes being heroes kind of situation. Not to editorialize or anything, but that's what I got from the article.
Tell Marvel to drop that price down by $1.
That to me is one of the biggest things they need to do.
Yeah, they need to stop acting like everybody want to spend $4 for a comic.
Yeah, that to me has been. I think that hasn't helped their sales at all.
Because look at this. This cost me $17.
He's holding a very thick Green Lantern book.
Yep.
Trade paperback, first one.
It's a trade, man. It's a trade of the Rebirth. Let's do it. That's what I'm reading.
I mean, and it's I think that this would be. It is good. I think a Marvel version of Rebirth would be really successful.
Let's just copy more of DC and call the Marvel thing Rebirth.
Reborn.
Hello. That's what I'm talking about. Marvel's Reborn.
It's just
all happened due to the Phoenix and the Incron Crystal.
Honestly, yeah, I mean,
you gonna go there for me? Yeah. You know that's my favorite story.
One thing I thought was interesting, they said that there was actually with their new event coming up, Captain America: Secret Empire, that they based on their changes, they felt that it might be a little too political for people, but they're too far gone to do anything.
Captain America's like what, neo-Nazi?
He's Hydra agent.
Yep.
Secretly the whole time.
He's been the whole time.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's like this. There's if I remember correctly, this character, it was like a living cosmic cube, potentially. If I remember correctly, Red Skull used them to change Captain America's history to be Captain America was actually an agent of Hydra the whole time. So there's going to be this event, Secret Empire. It doesn't line up with what Marvel will be doing going forward, but they can't change. It's too late. They kind of have to just roll with it. But
are they? When does this event start?
I have to give me a second to actually check that.
Tell us. We need to know here at the Rumble Room. We need to know. How do you feel about this whole change, Omar?
First and foremost, I'm looking forward to a new X-Men cartoon, especially if they do it like the old ones. I need them to use the same theme music to open it.
No, they're not going to do that. I mean, nothing's going to.
You can't tell me that wasn't a magnificently written show.
I mean, the TAS was good. I mean, that goes back. I mean, Batman, the original TAS. I didn't like the Superman one. The Superman, you had Batman Beyond. You had
so Justice League was good.
Spider-Man.
Justice League was good. Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League
Unlimited. Yes.
I mean, those were good. I mean, but
Young Justice.
That was cool.
And actually coming out with season 3 of that.
That's good.
Teen Titans sucks now.
No, Teen Titans Go. Yeah,
that's trash.
It's a modern cartoon for children, basically, which means it's a 15-minute show, very like ADD. It's just, I mean, I think it's kind of just what the style is.
I mean, but we've gotten older.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I think that's part of it.
I mean, like the TAS, nothing's taken away the X-Men TAS. I mean, I fell in love with Jubilation the moment I laid eyes on her.
Yeah,
Jubilation Lee.
Hey, she had the yellow coat and sunglasses.
Bro, when you look at her now, she looks absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, she's absolutely ridiculous. But when I first laid eyes on her,
man,
she made all the sense in the world to me, man. That yellow jacket, she was color blocked. If I ain't know that jacket, I mean that pink shirt, boy, with the Brett Hitman Hart glasses. I was like, man, she know I wanted.
He asked his mama for that coat.
Hey, she was cool with the yellow, with the yellow gloves, the gloves that you wash your dishes with. What? Why you used to wash? The rubber joints.
I bet you win a jubilation. Didn't
Never,
you?
never understood the powers for real. I mean, I'd be damned if your powers is truly fireworks. But I did my research, and it was the the energy globules.
Yeah.
It's and she can like explode it, and then like the intensity, how much power but she can absorb it back in her. It's interesting. They made her a vampire recently. I mean, well, not recently, but yeah.
Right.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, man, she's different now, buddy.
Yeah, but I like that was spring 2017 for Secret Empire. But to your point, Omar, I think because if you look at, for a lot of current Marvel fans now, even hardcore comic readers, not just movie fans, a lot of people started on X-Men cartoon. I did X-Men cartoon, Spider-Man cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really watch Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, because nobody did.
No one did.
Those are decent, I guess.
Oh, I used to. Oh, okay, you gonna go there? Oh, Iron Man, boy, he had
Iron Man,
he had the. Now you talk about
an intro?
X-Men's. Man, that Iron Man was cold.
Yes.
You ever heard it?
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was like, that was his second season, and he was just like working on it. That was
look at that suit, man. That suit came out that briefcase. Like, he's like,
that thing's on to get me excited.
They got me.
Well, if that's the case, the Spider-Mans were always awesome.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
They were horrible.
Not only Spider-Man my favorite character, but yeah, that theme song, Radioactive, Spider,
Yeah.
just you hit that guitar and that. Don't give me
Wait. We talking about the ones from the '80s, but they make all the memes from? Or
No,
we
I'm talking about the 90s.
I was about to
The
say the '80s one. Yeah, that was
the one where he always couldn't.
The 90s also, I think, did a good job of adapting a lot of good storylines too.
They had Venom and they had Carnage.
Yeah, and I like that they crossed over
Come on,
because
man.
Iron Man made an appearance, and War
Hobgoblin.
Machine
Yeah.
came on. It did a good job. So I think I think
I used to watch that Fantastic Four joint though.
did you? I watched it a little bit. Like I remember seeing an episode with some
It's
scrolls.
not very
but-
memorable. Like, oh yeah, I remember that one episode, and I could tell you some episodes. I mean, Genosha, Boy, and X-Men. I felt that. I was like, yo, we got to do something. we got to get Sinister out of here right now.
Did you ever watch Wolverine and the X-Men? It was that later.
Yes,
action
I
cartoon,
did.
Wolverine
That
and
was
X-Men?
bad.
That one, you didn't like that one that much?
Yeah,
No, because they had a Asian one as well. They had it was in the same style of like what show was that?
What show was that?
So when you think of all the animation that they have, the anime, it was in that style with X-Men.
Yeah.
It wasn't good either.
Yeah, I didn't chance to check out too much of it, but
I mean, so they had that X-Men and because that's it's either on Hulu or Netflix, one of the two. They have that. And then they had the new generation of X-Men, which was where they were all back in high school again. That one was horrible.
X-Men Evolution. I remember
Yes,
that one. That one
that
I don't
was
think
bad.
was too bad. It was just the animation was a little funky, but they introduced some different characters like Spike, different mutants, and they took a different approach. Like Gambit actually had one of my favorite moments in that series when he uses powers to charge up a bus instead of like a playing card. You get to really see how powerful the Gambit can be. But we're talking about X-Men Evolution.
Yeah, I ain't like that. I mean, and it had nothing to do with growing up. I mean, because I still read comics. But I didn't like too many of the new outside of Unlimited because Unlimited.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you talking Spider-Man Unlimited?
No.
Ooh, that was bad.
God, what?
That's what I was like. Wait, what?
Really?
I was like, hold on a second, dog. I'm
Spider-Man-
gonna walk out right now.
$20.99? Wait, what?
At the Justice League Unlimited.
Oh yeah.
I never really had like a thing like I didn't want to. I just didn't. I mean, people like Batman: Brave and the Bold, what I think it was called.
Yeah. I thought it was enjoyable for it was kind of goofy. So
Now I still watch DC movies, the animated movies.
Yeah.
Oh, they are
I
top
did-
tier.
I did watch the Justice League Dark.
Did you see?
Yeah, I
that?
did.
I haven't seen that
bought
yet.
it. Yeah, I
It
know.
was good.
I'm a DC man.
It wasn't really a whole lot
run
of
it.
Justice League. It was more of the Mystic arm
But that's
of
good,
DC.
though.
That's the Dark Team. That's the actual comic.
That's what you want though, because I don't want to see
Zatanna, Constantine. I think they was gonna talk about. They had a dude in there. I want to say shit. His name ain't Ra's al Ghul. He's not in there.
Randall
But,
Savage?
Huh?
Not Randall Savage.
No, they had Jason Blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Etrigan.
Yeah. And then I thought they was going to talk to bring in Dr. Fate.
Oh,
for
yeah.
some sort of consultation somewhere.
Right.
They didn't do that.
Yeah.
Then they had Faust.
Yes.
They had Faust.
Okay.
And I mean, overall, it was just good. I mean, I hate that it had to be spearheaded by Batman. I'm like, damn, it has to be.
They're not going to let you go too far without a popular character.
I know. I mean, but damn, Batman. But there was a scene. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it yet, just pause this part or skip right past it. But there was a scene in there where everybody had been taken over. I ain't gonna tell you by who, but their minds got. And then that's always been Superman's thing, you know?
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm ultimately strong, but man, can you fuck my mind? You know what I mean? Like so, Batman was on the ground, and his antenna had froze Superman, and Batman looked over. Superman was this close to his face, right there. I was like, man, he would have blew that voice. Batman would have took that L for real. Get that bat mist.
Straight splat.
Like, man, that's your new cologne, buddy? Yeah, man, I got it straight from the source. Died right in front of me.
But yeah, just to kind of wrap up, you know, I think if Marvel taking a very focused, you know, back to basics has kind of maybe a negative sound to it, but kind of a back to, you know, what hardcore fans like, while still keeping what brought in some of their newer fans. I think that'd be good to help them rebound their sales.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think so too. I mean, I think that you know, Marvel, kudos to them. I mean, I went to a comic book store yesterday, and they I looked at the Marvel titles.
yeah,
He said I looked at the Marvel titles.
I mean, I just did. Now this is jacked up. Like with DC, I can't speak for every reader, but you know, for DC, for me at least, I know where I want to go. I want to buy a Flash. I want to buy a Wonder Woman. I want to buy Superman, Batman, Justice League, whatever, Vixen, you name it. I just like tomorrow, the new Justice League is going to be coming out. That has Ray, Vixen, Batman, of course. Oh, God damn. I mean, you know, I mean, just to name a few, but that comes out tomorrow. I can't wait for that. You know, but with Marvel, for me at least, and this could just be me. I'm not like an avid reader, but when I looked at it, I didn't know where to start. I'm like, where do you start? Like, I know they got the X-Men versus the Inhumans. I got that. I've been buying those. Where else do you go though? Right. You know what I mean? What do you like? What character on this line right now? I do want to start reading. What's her name? Starheart. I want to say.
Ironheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to catch up with her, support that line, but you know, being the black man that I am, I figure
you just have to do it.
Yeah, why not?
Required reading.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I can't say that I want to read the Fantastic Four. Do they even have a book out?
No, you can't read Fantastic Four.
They don't have one out?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, guys. X-Men. There's so many versions of X-Men. What is?
There's a blue and gold going on right now. I think there's like 2 different teams coming out.
I'm good.
You know,
and they have the past, and it's Marvel to me. Their whole Secret Wars, I think, was an attempt to clean some things up, but to me, it just made things a bit messier.
It is messy. I don't know where to go.
That's why they're looking, and they need to take that approach of let's bring back some of these original characters.
They have a lot of characters that people liked a lot, and then they generally went away from. So, like in my opinion, where the hell is Gambit? Gambit was
Bro, that's a question that I don't think we'll find the answers this evening.
That's still one of my favorite characters.
Gambit, Jesus. Man, that boy. I was in Remy LeBeau.
Yeah.
LeBeau.
Yeah, LeBeau.
Babu. Is he from the Boo, man? He's from Yellowstone Park.
Approximate guess, I guess.
Remy Babu. Jelly Storm. I don't know, guys. I think that does it for us this evening, man. Omar, you got anything else? Are you reading any comics at all?
Not currently. Work, kids.
What about you, Hassan? You playing anything, man? You got anything, or what you reading, or?
Oh yeah, I mean, we talked about it before in the show. Kind of never really went over it, but I got the trade for Volume 1, Rage Planet, DC Universe Rebirth, Green Lantern. That's with Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz. We'll be getting the trade for Justice League and Rebirth. I'm just trying to jump in to see what stories I'm really feeling. I'm more DC, if you haven't noticed. I mean, hey, I'm all DC, baby. That's what I'm reading. What's up? What you reading, man? Out of DC, even though you don't read Marvel.
Yeah, no, I want to actually trying to go back and read some older like DC comics I haven't read before in the past. I just saw something you maybe want to check out. I think it was Black Mirror. Okay. Batman. I heard really good things about that.
The Moon Knight I got down here, man.
Moon Knight. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Moon Knight. Checking that out.
It's a good one right here. That's a good one right here. There we go. But yeah, man, I think that does it for us, man. I'd like to thank everybody for checking us out. We ain't leaving too much time for you guys to write us anything or say anything about whatever.
Yeah, but if you got any thoughts, let us know. We're at Hassan.
Huh?
We're
At my home address at 355.
Wow. At theramenroom@gmail.com. Don't show up at his door.
no. He said, "Come here and you fight him."
Come to Ramen Room Studios.
If
Don't
you're
do
an
that.
Xbox
You know what I'm
Marvel
saying?
fan,
Ramen Room.
he wants you to. He's calling you out.
Oh no! I mean, if you like the PS4, if you like Nintendo, man, if you like DC, man, just holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? For sure. I mean, we kindred folk out here.
If not, he said you can catch these hands.
Y'all being weird right now. So guess what, guys? I guess that does it for us. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace out.
Later.